Inside the ring, a few wrestlers tragically died during live matches, shocking fans and changing wrestling history forever as a reminder of the sport's real danger. Silver King, whose real name was Cesar Cuauhtemoc Gonzalez Barron, was a well-known Mexican luchador and actor who became famous in lucha libre during the 1990s and 2000s. He was the son of legendary wrestler Dr. Wagner and the brother of Dr. Wagner Jr., and he built his own identity as Silver King with a powerful, high-flying and technical wrestling style. He also gained international attention for his role as Ramses in the movie Nacho Libre, where he played a villain against Jack Black. In his wrestling career, he competed in major Mexican promotions like AA and CMLL and was respected for his experience and charisma. On May 11, 2019, he was wrestling Juventud Guerrera at a lucha libre event in London, England, when he suffered a sudden cardiac arrest during the match. He collapsed in the ring and was later pronounced dead. His passing shocked fans worldwide and marked a tragic moment in wrestling history. Pero Aguayo Jr. was a famous Mexican luchador and the son of legendary wrestler Pero Aguayo. He became one of the top stars in lucha libre during the 2000s and early 2010s. Known for his intense style, high energy, matches and leadership of the faction, Los Perros del Mal, competed in major Mexican promotions and built a strong reputation as a fearless performer who always pushed hard in the ring. On March 23, 2015, he was wrestling in a tag team match in Tijuana alongside Manik against Rey Mysterio and Extreme Tiger. During the match, he suffered a severe cervical spine injury after a dropkick spot and landed awkwardly on the ropes. At first, the match continued because the injury was not fully understood, but he became unresponsive soon after. He was rushed to hospital where he was later pronounced dead due to trauma to the neck and spine. His death shocked the wrestling world deeply. Mitsuharu Misawa was one of the greatest Japanese pro wrestlers and a legendary figure in All Japan Pro Wrestling, and later Pro Wrestling, Noah. He started his career in the 1980s and became famous for his green tiger mask early on before building his iconic identity as a hard-hitting technical wrestler. Misawa was known for classic matches against stars like Toshiaki Kawada and Kenta Kobashi, which are considered some of the best in wrestling history. He also became president of Pro Wrestling Noah and helped shape modern Japanese wrestling with his strong style influence. On June 13, 2009, he was wrestling in Hiroshima, Japan in a tag team match when he received a belly-to-back suplex and became unresponsive in the ring. He was rushed to hospital but was later pronounced dead due to cervical spine injury. His sudden death shocked the wrestling world deeply and remains one of the most tragic moments in professional wrestling history. If you like my video, then I can also provide you with video creation or other digital services. I am sharing a group link in the description below. Please feel free to contact me. Moondog Spot, whose real name was Larry Booker, was a veteran American wrestler best known for his work in Memphis wrestling territory and as part of the tag team, the Moondogs. He was recognized for his wild, brawling style, long beard and simple but tough in-ring persona that made him a fan favorite in regional wrestling shows during the 1980s and 1990s. He spent many years working alongside other Moondogs and became a respected name in southern wrestling circuits. Even later in his career, he continued wrestling in independent promotions where he remained active despite his age. On January 29, 2003, he was wrestling a match in Memphis, wrestling against Brian Christopher when he suddenly collapsed in the ring after a spot. The match was stopped immediately and he was rushed to hospital. He was later pronounced dead due to a heart attack. His passing was sudden and shocked fans and wrestlers especially, because it happened during an active match. Oro was a popular Mexican luchador known for his high-flying style, agility, and exciting performances in lucha libre during the early 1990s. He wrestled mainly in Consejo Mundial de Lucha Libre and quickly became a fan favorite because of his fast-paced acrobatic moves and masked persona. Oro was part of the new generation of luchadores who helped modernize Mexican wrestling with more aerial and risky techniques. He gained attention for his charisma and ability to connect with audiences despite a relatively short career. On October 26, 1993, he was wrestling in Mexico City during a match when he suffered a fatal injury after a miscalculated move that led to severe trauma. He collapsed in the ring and was later pronounced dead due to internal injuries caused by the accident. His death was one of the early tragedies that highlighted the dangers of high-flying, lucha libre-style wrestling. Mike DiBiase was an American professional wrestler known for his work in the territorial wrestling era during the 1950s and 1960s, as he competed across various regional promotions in the United States and built a reputation as a tough, skilled veteran. With a strong technical and brawling style, DiBiase was also part of a famous wrestling family and became the stepfather of Million Dollar Man Ted DiBiase, helping influence the next generation of wrestlers. He was respected in the ring for his experience and ability to work long, demanding matches in the territory system. On July 7, 1969, he was wrestling in Lubbock, Texas, when he suffered a fatal heart attack during a match. He collapsed in the ring and was later pronounced dead due to cardiac failure. His death was a major, early tragedy in professional wrestling history and is still remembered as one of the notable in-ring fatalities of that era. Gary Albright was a highly respected American pro wrestler known for his powerful amateur wrestling, base and dominance in Japan's shoot, style and heavyweight divisions. He trained in amateur wrestling before turning professional and became famous in promotions like Stampede Wrestling WCW, and especially in Japan with All Japan Pro Wrestling and later Pro Wrestling, NOAH. Albright was known for his suplex-heavy style and legitimate strength, which made him a dangerous and credible competitor in the ring. He achieved major success as a tag team specialist and held several championships during his career. On January 7, 2000, he was wrestling in a match in Lexington, North Carolina, when he suffered a sudden medical emergency during the bout. He collapsed in the ring and was later pronounced dead due to a heart attack. His death was shocking because it happened in the middle of a match, and he was still an active top-level performer at the time. Plum Mariko was a Japanese female professional wrestler known for her work in the women's wrestling promotion JWP Joshi Puro Race during the 1990s. She was respected for her strong fighting spirit, technical ability, and dedication to Joshi wrestling despite not being one of the biggest stars in the division. Plum Mariko often competed in hard-fought matches and was known for her resilience and determination. Inside the ring, she built a solid reputation in Japan's competitive women's wrestling scene and earned respect from peers for her professionalism. On August 16, 1997, she was wrestling Mayumi Ozaki in Tokyo, Japan, when she suffered a severe brain injury during the match after taking multiple dangerous strikes. She lost consciousness in the ring and was rushed to hospital, but later died due to intracranial hemorrhage caused by head trauma. Her death deeply impacted the Joshi wrestling community and led to increased awareness about in-ring safety in Japan. Larry Cameron was an American football player turned professional wrestler known for his powerful physique and hard-hitting style in the late 1980s and early 1990s. Before wrestling, he played in the NFL as a defensive lineman and later transitioned into wrestling, where he competed in Europe and Japan, becoming popular in Catch Wrestling Association in Germany and Austria. He was respected for his strength, intensity, and legitimate athletic background, which made him a believable powerhouse in the ring. Cameron also worked in various international promotions and built a strong reputation in the European wrestling scene. On December 13, 1993, he was wrestling in Bremen, Germany, when he suffered a sudden heart attack during a match. He collapsed in the ring and was later pronounced dead due to cardiac failure. His unexpected death shocked the European wrestling community and highlighted the physical risks of the sport even for elite athletes. Malcolm Kirk was an English heavyweight professional wrestler known for his powerful build and brawling style during the 1970s and early 1980s in British wrestling. He competed across the UK wrestling circuit and was respected as a tough veteran who often portrayed rugged heel characters in matches. Kirk became a familiar name in British wrestling shows and also wrestled internationally in Europe, building a reputation as a strong and experienced competitor. He was known for his physical presence and hard-hitting in-ring style that fit the traditional British wrestling scene of that era. On August 24, 1987, he was wrestling in a tag team match in Croydon, England, when he collapsed in the ring during the bout. The match was stopped immediately and he was taken for medical attention, but was later pronounced dead due to a heart attack. His passing was one of the early, well-known in-ring tragedies in British wrestling history and shocked the wrestling community. Masakazu Fukuda was a Japanese professional wrestler best known for his work in pro wrestling NOAH and for being one of the promising young talents of the early 2000s. He started his career after training in the NJPW system and later became part of NOAH where he was respected for his speed, technical ability, and strong fighting spirit. Fukuda often wrestled in undercard and midcard matches, but was seen as a rising star with strong potential in the junior heavyweight division. He was admired for his discipline and dedication to improving his in-ring performance. On October 22, 2000, he was wrestling in Kawasaki, Japan, when he suffered a severe neck injury during a match after taking a series of hard moves in the ring. He became unresponsive shortly afterward and was rushed to hospital, but later died due to acute cervical spine injury. His death deeply affected the Japanese wrestling world and highlighted the dangers of high-impact wrestling styles.